Hey guys, good morning. It's me. You ready for some math? Okay, I have to tell you, I didn't hear anything from any of my 7th graders as to any questions with the stuff you did yesterday. So hopefully everything's going well. I haven't graded anything yet. I will as soon as I'm done making this video. Today we're doing something similar to it. It's called combinations. In fact, I have very few examples to do. Okay, very few. In fact, I only have one page here that I'm doing 3 examples. Okay, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's just like yesterday. If you have a graphing calculator, it's even going to be easier. If you don't, it's okay. You can do it. It's like I said, it's very similar. Combinations, where it's different than permutations, it's the selection of a number of items from a number of distinct items without regard for its order. For example, the important thing in here is without regard for order. Now, just like with permutations, there was a whole section to this that I did not teach. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. You are just getting the basics. Okay, I even actually talked to Mr. B today, and we even talked about that there's some things that I just cannot do without y'all being in the classroom. Okay, it's not going to be very well. So if we go back to school, I will be coming back to these things that I'm having to skip. Otherwise, you'll be okay. So if you have 7 books and choose 3 to take on a trip, that would be an example of combination. Okay, it's not really important because, again, there's a whole part of this that I'm not teaching you, but it has to do with order. That it doesn't matter. There's not random. Like, remember I was telling you yesterday that permutation would be kind of like me saying I need to line y'all up in ABC order or according to height. So order did matter with permutation. With combinations, it doesn't matter. You have 7 books and can choose 3, 4 to take on a trip. It's random. That's a good word for it, random. So combinations are more random, and there's no order, where permutations there is order. Okay, so let's move on. This is going to be short today, guys. The formula for this one is like the P, but it has a C with the N and the R. Okay, so N and R are the same, the C is different. However, this part, the actual formula, is a little bit different. You still have the N on top, just like you did for permutations, but where this is different, it's R factorial times, there's nothing there, so we multiply, N minus R factorial. Okay, so N factorial goes on top just like the time before, but you see this right here is at the beginning and it's being multiplied. Okay, let's start on the examples, and I'm going to show you on the calculator. You probably have already figured it out after doing your homework yesterday. So if we had C and our N was 7 and our R was 3, Okay? If you do not have a calculator, this is how you'd solve it. N factorial, so you'd have 7 factorial over R factorial, so it's 3 factorial, because that's R, times N minus R factorial. Okay? So we start working here. 7 factorial on top, 3 factorial. Now what's 7 minus 3? 4 factorial. So that's 3 times 4 factorial. No, it's not 12 factorial. Nope, it is not. Now we write it out. Watch how I do this. You do not multiply this. This does not become 12 factorial. I'm going to do the 7 on the top. I'm writing it out. Now I'm going to do the bottom. First with the 3. That's 3 factorial. Now I'm going to, and remember they're being multiplied. Multiply 4 factorial. 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. If you want to, rewind that part. So here, the difference is you have 3 factorial times 4 factorial. Well, there's 3 factorial times 4 factorial. Now we cancel. Look at this. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. And you get 7 times whatever's left over 3 times 2 times 1. See, these cancel out and you're left with this. Do you see that? Okay. Now, multiply across. You can use your calculator. I'm going to show you a trick in a minute. 7 times 6 times 5 equals 210 over what's 3 times 2 times 1. Divide 210 by 6 and you get 35. Okay, that's how you do that. However, there's a trick. Watch and learn. This is how you do it. Just whatever's not crossed out, rewrite it, and then multiply across, and then divide. If you can figure the trick out, be my guest on that. Okay. Can 6 be divided by 3? Like be reduced? Yeah. 3 can go into 3 one time. Remember cancellation? 3 can go into 6 2 times. So 3 can go into 3 one time. 3 can go into 6 2 times. Right? Can 2 go into 2? Yeah. That becomes a 1. That becomes a 1. So now you have 7 times 1 times 5. 1 times 1 times 1. Ah, looky there. Just like cancellation. Now, this method up here is the correct one. This is the trick one. However, if you have a calculator, you can bypass both of those. All right, we're going to do the same like we did yesterday. 7 goes first. Then we hit math. We go to PRB. And right there, you see NCR. Remember yesterday we were doing this one. Now we're doing this one. So go down to 3 and hit enter. Now we put in our 3. See how that matches? 7, and then the C, and then the 3. Hit enter, and you get 35. Some of you are like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing all this stuff. Hey, whatever floats your boat right now. Your parents paid good money for those calculators. About time that they get their money's worth, right? Okay. Let's do another one. All right, here we go. N factorial over R factorial times N minus R factorial. All right, so we have N is 10, remember? So I have 10 factorial over 6 factorial times 10 minus 6 factorial. All right, so I'm now at 10 over 6 factorial. What's 10 minus 6? 4 factorial. Okay, now we need to write it out. 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. All over, and we got to do this one out. First 6 factorial. 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Now we do 4 factorial. 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Okay, yes, you could do 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. Why? Take out the larger one. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross out. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross out. You are left with this right here. 10 times 9 times 8 times 7. And then on the bottom right here, 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Okay, now we multiply across. 10 times 9 times 8 times 7. 5,040 over 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times 2 is, that's right, 24, and 24 times 1 left. So 5040 divided by 24 is 210. Now, the trick, that's your answer. That's the normal way to do it. If you want to do the trick way, all right, 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 over 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. All right, here we go. We can do like 9 and 3. 3 can go into 9 evenly. 3 can go into 3 one time. It can go into 9 3 times, right? 4 and 8. 4 can go into 4 one time. It can go into 8 2 times. And we can do 2 and 10. It's your choice, whatever works. You could even do 2 into 8, but see, 4 can't go in there evenly. So I like to use up as much as I can. 2 goes into 2 one time. 2 goes into 10 5 times. Now, 5 times 3 times 2 times 7 gives you 210. 1 times 1 times 1 times 1. There you go. See, same thing, just different approaches to it. This is like the trick way of doing it. And truly, if you have a calculator, you can just do it this way and not worry about it. And yes, on tests and everything for this, you can use your calculator. And then if we were to do it with the graphing calculator and bypass all of this and just start at the beginning, put in 10 first, math, move over to your PRB, And then don't forget, we're doing number 3 right there, that NCR. Hit enter, then 6. Hit enter again. 210. A little bit easier, right, guys? See, that's the one good thing about this distance learning thing. If we were in the classroom, I would have made half of the problems that are assigned done this way. But I'm feeling, you know, gracious and everything. And it's early in the day. So, you know, why not? Okay, I'm going to do one more. One more, and then I'm setting you free. See if there's any weird ones. No, I don't think so. Okay. 12 on top, and then it's r factorial, which is 9, times n minus r, which is 12 minus 9, and I get 12 factorial over 9 factorial, and 12 minus 9 is 3 factorial. Okay. Now, let's go ahead, write it out. 12 times 11 times 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. All over 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And then times 3 times 2 times 1. Okay? Cross out. Look at this. This big group can be crossed out with this big group. So then we're left with 12 times 11 times 10 only over 3 times 2 times 1. Now, if I worked it out the normal way, going across, I'd have that on top and this on bottom. You would divide and you would get 220. Or the trick way, I'm going to choose 2 to go into 10 instead of 12 because 3 won't go into 10 evenly. Remember, I want to do as many as I can. So 2 goes into 2 one time, and 2 goes into 10 5 times. 3 goes into 3 one time, and 3 goes into 12 4 times. So then we multiply across 4 times 11 times 5, and you get 220. 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. There you go. Now calculator 12. Math. Down to that number there. And then 9. There you go. See? Y'all could actually finish your homework in like 5 minutes flat. Speaking of, you're doing tonight page 431, numbers 11 through 20 all. You can use any method you want. You can use the calculator, or you could use the, the other way. It's up to you. Some of your parents may be sitting there saying, oh yeah, you're working it all out too, Hey, I don't disagree with that. But right now, I can't force you because I can't reach it. I can't see you. So anyway, there you go. You have IXL. Okay, that is due Thursday. This is pre-algebra, right? Yeah, Thursday, but it's not this Thursday. It's April 16th. I gave you that much time. You have a test on Thursday, April 16th. So next week on Thursday, okay, that's when all that stuff is gonna happen, all right? Trying to make things a little easy on y'all, a little relaxed and everything. You're still getting good instruction, don't worry, trust me. I've been hearing from my friends from the public school sector. Not really fabulous. Okay, guys, miss y'all always. Oh, and I've been thinking, if we don't get to go back to class and see each other and have a formal goodbye or anything, getting that closure, I think when the quarantine stuff is over, like it could be this summer, hopefully sooner than later, we should like all get together and go to the beach or something. I mean, like designate a day and everyone just show up and have a good time. 5th through 8th grade. I've been just thinking about that. Tell me what y'all think. I just think it would be a good time. If anyone happens to own a beach house down there, we could all hang out there. Keep in mind, there are 50 students. Anyway, talk to y'all later. Bye.